Hey everybody, welcome to another review from Izzy Cinematic Escape on YouTube. Today's review is based off the 2021 action thriller film Wrath of Man, starring Jason Statham and directed by Guy Ritchie. Now, as someone who has viewed only a handful of Guy Ritchie films, I love the first two Sherlock Holmes films. I thought he did an amazing job with those. Those are absolutely phenomenal. And I did enjoy King Arthur for what it was. And I do enjoy the work of Jason Statham. Jason Statham, to me, is what I view as our modern day Clint Eastwood, who is the prototype, the blueprint of having this standard anti-hero character who Jason Statham plays essentially the same character in every single movie. And we're same with Clint Eastwood, where Clint Eastwood always, for some odd reason or another, has played the lone, brooding, gruff, gritty Western hero to Dirty Harry. And it's just, you see a lot of similarities with them, and Clint Eastwood has even branched into comedy and drama, and whereas Jason Statham has even branched into comedy. Now, needless to say, not sure if he'll branch into drama, but either way, I see a lot of similarities between the two. This film is basically about the character of Patrick Hill, who is portrayed by Jason Statham, who experiences a tragedy in his life, and he becomes employed as this assistant/driver of this armored truck driver facility, whose job is to essentially make these huge cash drops to all these different locations. And during the process of this, they start to get hit, and when they get hit, it comes in an unexpected fashion, obviously, when it comes to heist films. And through it all, he begins to notice a certain pattern within these specific hits. And without getting too spoilery, it unfolds in a very unexpected way, and I feel like if I was to go into any more detail than what I've just said, it would be very spoiler. So I've always want to maintain a sense of spoiler-free material within my reviews, unless it is one of those where it's completely avoidable or unavoidable, and I want to remain in that territory. So I don't expect any type of details for this particular review. When I say it's not your standard heist film, it's very unpredictable in the way at how Guy Ritchie manages to incorporate certain elements that deviated from being your standard heist film. And it's also not your standard Jason Statham film, believe it or not. When we think of Jason Statham, we think of the Transporter films. We think of when he was in Expendables, Homefront, even the Hobbs and Shaw and the Fate of Furious or Furious 7. He plays the same character, and as much as I love those films, I've always wanted to see him do something different. And when he did Spy, I thought he was brilliant into that, simply because he has beautiful comedic timing. He just has a way of making you laugh with exuding and exemplifying and displaying the most humorless, dry sense of humor that you could ever imagine. It is so random and perfect that he does a brilliant job with it. In this film in particular, while he's still playing the same character, it's still not your standard Jason Statham affair. He plays with this heist film, in any heist film within our modern form of cinema, there's no likable characters in this film, none whatsoever. Every single one of them has an ulterior motive, and he plays this quiet, as usual, brooding man of few words characters, and he's just absolutely brilliant this one, because it shows him in a different light. And there is one scene in particular where he comes off as very intimidating and just caught me off guard. I was like, man, if Jason Statham was ever casted as some sort of villain, he would be perfect in that as well. It's told from my perspective, it's told very much in a non-linear format, in a way that Quentin Tarantino did with, say, Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill, where it's not told in a sequential format where the scenes aren't coming together in an organized fashion. It's told from different perspectives and narratives that allow you to formulate certain theories in how you expect one twist to end this way or one twist to end that way, and it definitely never ends the way that you want it to end. So it's just one of those cerebral, methodical approaches where it's not balls to the wall action, it's not explosions, it's simply all about focusing on the story that allows you to become immersed within this world of high octane, high stakes heists. Through it all, I enjoyed it. I thought Wrath of Man was a very brilliant film. I love any type of film that deviates outside the norm and allows you to think about what it is that you're watching, and how it's not those type of action films where it's just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, which is fine, which is all fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with just turning off your brain for a couple of hours and just watching the mayhem unfold. Wrath of Man, while does maintain that certain sense of formula, it does present a method of allowing you to think about the prospect of what it's unfolding on the screen, and how, as I mentioned, you don't expect what you're expecting. And there's one scene that I didn't like, mainly because I felt that they had just ran with it. And anyone who's watched this film will most likely know what I'm talking about. But if they just ran with it, it would have received a perfect score from me, because it definitely would not have been what anyone would have expected. Other than that, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I thought Jason Statham did, as usual, a wonderful job. Guy Ritchie's way of handling the camera and capturing the scope of the city, the grittiness of the gunfights, and the overall interactions that the characters have with one another. How, again, none of them appear all that likable. All of them are trying to get one up on each other and have some sort of ulterior motive in order to get ahead in the field that they're in. And it's just one of those type of films where everything is coming at you at the same time, while it's very slow and methodical and intelligent. I mean, I thought, who would have ever thought that you would consider a Guy Ritchie film quite intelligent? I did enjoy Wrath of Man, and Josh Hartnett's in it as well. And Scott Eastwood. It's kind of funny that I mentioned Scott Eastwood simply because I was just talking about Clint Eastwood. Scott Eastwood has this tendency of playing this douchey, awkward character in certain films that he's been in, but yet he plays this douchey, arrogant, ignorant type of holier-than-thou character that you just really want to see him receive his just desserts. He played that part so brilliantly. It made me think if he's really like that in real life. Other than that, Josh Hartnett also does an amazing job as well. One of my favorite scenes in the film, again, I'm not going to give any spoilers, how he comes across as this tough, was want to be tough guy, then all of a sudden how he easily transitions into a different type of mood is brilliant. You know what I'm talking about when you watch that scene, when you catch it. But other than that, I thought Wrath of Man was absolutely phenomenal. I think Guy Ritchie did an amazing job so far. 2021, when it comes to cinema, is a 4 out of 4 for me. I mean, yeah, I've watched Nobody. I thought Nobody was amazing. I thought Godzilla vs. Kong was brilliant. I thought Mortal Kombat was fun and exciting. And now you have Wrath of Man, which adds into the whole great quality of cinema in 2021. So other than that, I have no complaints, except for the one scene that I felt they should have ran with if they had just simply decided to go in that direction. So Wrath of Man, I have to go ahead and give it about a 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 rating. It still receives a 2 thumbs up. I do recommend it. It is not for kids, and please do not bring your kids to watch this film. There's a lot of profanity and blood and grittiness and there's another scene that really shows to me how bold Guy Ritchie is, because it's definitely not one that you would expect in an R-rated action heist film to a certain degree. And the fact that he went and did what he did in filming this sequence just really just sold it for me personally. But that's my review of Wrath of Man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You will be hearing from me again with the new film, the Saw film that comes out next week, actually, with Spiral. Now, as I did it with my last review, one of the more important things that I wanted to do as far as sharing is promoting the local businesses within the Sumter and Columbia area here in South Carolina, because I felt and still believe that your small, local, family-owned businesses are the backbone of our economy. And given everything that has occurred for the better part of the year, it's important to ensure that the small businesses survive. So I'm going to go ahead and give a shout-out to the reviews, to the businesses that I happen to frequent and people who I know who run them. As usual, for those who are looking for a great dining experience within the Sumter area, I highly recommend Yucatan Mexican Restaurant. Absolutely phenomenal, great quality food with wonderful service. Highly recommend that. There's a Giorgio's Pizza near Shaw Air Force Base that I do recommend, as one of my favorite dishes there is the meatball marinara pasta, spaghetti and meatballs. Absolutely pitch perfect. There's Sambino's as well, great Italian food. DeMar's on the 441 highway near Peach Orchard Road, another Italian restaurant that I do recommend as well. Music Gator, if you're looking for any type of entertainment needs, whether it's your instruments, your CDs, your DVDs, or your vinyl, or even T-shirts, he has it all. And he will, if there's a certain product that you're looking for that you cannot find, he will do everything within his power to make sure that he orders it and has it in stock. Highly recommended store. There's also Jenny Exchange and another dining facility that I do recommend. It's called Doggy Dog Express, with the hot dog restaurant that has great quality hot dogs along with apple pie and milkshakes to your liking. Now in the Columbia area, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, also, anyone who was looking for a wonderful pet groomer, Her name is Miranda Farmer. She's on my Facebook. She just recently started her dog grooming service. And anyone who is looking for compassionate quality care for their animal who just happens to be visiting and needs someone to provide that necessary top-notch quality touch when it comes to providing the grooming care for your pets, I do recommend her. She's an absolutely wonderful human being and has a great way of handling animals, and she's wonderful as well. So I think you guys would definitely enjoy the service that she brings. In the Columbia area, a friend of mine named Rob Grimm is a real estate lawyer. He recently just opened his practice, and anyone who is looking for to possibly rent a home, purchase a home, or start a business here in the Columbia area, he recently just launched a website. It is Palmetto, www.palmettosclaw.com, and it's a practice is a law practice, the law practice of Robert Grimm. Wonderful lawyer and also a friend of mine, so I definitely recommend that you guys go ahead and if you need any type of real estate assistance from a legal perspective, you definitely give him a call, make an appointment with him, and see what he has to offer. Definitely recommend his services. Zaz is another dining facility over in Columbia. Zaz Brick Up a Pizza, wonderful staff, wonderful food, and also I want to recommend Dano's as well. That is my review. That is my shout outs to all the different small businesses here at Sumter. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. As I said, you'll be hearing from me again next week with Spiral being released. Hope you guys remain safe and healthy. Take care and peace out.